Hi fellow DO players, Papa here. Today we will have a look at SashaD76 current DO status and see if we can tweak up a bit to help him in his evil cause. I want to thank Sasha at this point that he went through the hustle to send me this data so that the Newbie Tuesday could take off that early. And yes, I'm fully aware that by the time you watch this video it won't be Tuesday at all. This video is a special snowflake, because I actually want people to fully understand what this is all about and just maybe get some more people to send me their stuff. This is about learning without reading through pages of pages on the forums and capture as many unique dungeons as possible. Hopefully in a couple of months a beginner will see something very similar to his dungeon. Tune in and be ready after a couple of entertaining videos instead of some very boring forum pages. So without further ado, let's watch one of those battle playbacks Sasha sent me. He actually sent me quite a bunch, but this was the most interesting one. Because here we will see how one wrongly placed freezing trap will cut his damage in half from the trap hallway. Let's see what happens. So the first footman will always trigger all those traps. If it wasn't for those freezing traps, he would take them all and the second one would go unscathed. Now he gets frozen, and here we see it triggered. What happens? Will he trigger it too? Yes, it triggers it too. So what does it tell us? It tells us that if it removed the second freezing trap, and moved this one right to the start, every spike trap he has would have been activated 2 times in one go, therefore doubling the damage he would do to those footmen. Let's see. Maybe it would have been enough to kill them on the way out. I'm unsure so. So I asked him to send some battle replays. However, he couldn't do the actual thing because the reprisals, as we all know, are deactivated at the moment. So this is day 8, but he sent me screenshots of day 10. In essence, this is the same. The mistakes he made here are on day 10 as well. But we can have a look. We have the farm. As we all know, we need the slug enclosure and the food container and even a level 3 farm to finish all the quests. So all of you have seen this at one point. We see 2 big proving ground for what it's doing. It's a guiding post, but this shows us at least that he's short of tiles. Other way, he would have made a 3.3 guard post, but he didn't. Looks awkward, by the way. This is another quest item, but after you have done the quest, there's no reason to let it there. It's wasting a tile. Just like this one. So let's see where those little buggers go if we are already at it. Zack, let's move it up. Show me where your greed is. Ah, got lucky. Just a tavern, some food. However, we have to see that in essence the setup is quite nice. What will happen if he defends with creatures is that his orcs will be somewhere along this line. Orcs either spawn in their beds, the food farm, the proving ground, guard post, and that's it. While the library will be filled with warlocks. And the den, because all creatures have a chance to spawn on their respective beds. So except for this orc, we'll have the orcs right here where we want them. We want them at the maze in range of the warlocks to stop the wave. So what can we see? Here's Alchemist Lab, Workshop, and the Forge. So it's literally crafting everything in his main dungeon. We see that he starts the thief play. Unfortunately, we have only 4 trapdoors. He could have a 5th. Maybe he doesn't have the iron. However, 4 thieves aren't going to do it. We need at least 6 for thief play. So let's go to the furniture of the crafting stations. That is kinda awkward. I don't remember them being a quest. Maybe they are, but still, you don't want those. You want in your workshop to be full of drafting tables, your forge to be full of anvils. We have a mine. Obviously, everyone has a mine in his base. So a lot of safe storage for the storage room and the elemental confines. This will stay the same. So let's move up to the actual day 10 screenshots. And this is it. His dungeon on day 10. We see he moved up the farm to level 3, as I mentioned. This is what you need for the quests. Afterwards it can go, but first you need to do it. Not much on the proving ground. We have here a bit of... Oh, he felt awkward about it too. Still 4 thieves. Orcs can go now 20 levels higher. Okay, this is good. Some anvils, some more drafting tables, and a lot of more safe storage. I'm not fond of this safe storage because for several reasons this won't work. If reprisals come and they get through, they will still give you a big hit. Because it's quite random which resource they take. They take those you have the most of. So if you have 100,000 of leather and only 10 crystal, they will take most likely those 100,000 leather. So it's one way, or it's another way to defend by big storage, or you can try and save by safe storage, because safe storage is getting quite ineffective with thief play, because you will be full of leather, and the leather alone will most likely in all cases take your full safe storage capacity away. So what happens if you are some points over your safe storage, everything is unsafe or may be unsafe. So if you have like 10,000 safe storage and you have 9,990 leather and 10 dense basalt ingots, it may be that they just take, or no, 20 of those ingots. Maybe they take 10 of those ingots or 10 leather. You don't know. So it's better to actually play their maximum carrying capacity than going for safe storage, which still leaves you with everything unsafe. He actually told me though that his safe storage is not enough, so this is quite wasted resources. But to be honest, I did the same mistake. I didn't think that thief play would give me that much resources. But let's move on to his dungeon. It's not his dungeon. Switch it up a bit, and then we have his dungeon. So now we have his dungeon. So his problems. This is his dungeon, except this is something different. I will show you later. Spike trap, freezing trap, spike trap, and so on. So he told me, okay, he knows the farm is too big. He actually probably read it somewhere in the forums. I often complained about the farm. So this is our amount of tiles we are saving. I will make right here in the corner. You want that one tile of farm actually, because if reprisals come, unlike players, they have a chance to loot every room you have. So if you have no farm, they have no chance to loot the farm. But in essence, it's a free room. If they go for the farm, you lose nothing. If they go for the storage, and actually, if the wave is big enough to make it, they can. Everything is up for grabs. But the only things they can actually do is the storage, the elemental confine, your mine, your vault, and your farm. And the tavern. Because even if they go for your crafting stations like the forge or the workshop or the alchemist lab, they won't steal furniture.